What's good, guys? I just got off one of the streams of all time. The audio wasn't working apparently, but I think it's working now, so let me know in the chat if it's actually working this time. But today I thought we would try something new. I know, crazy. I've been tired of Smash Ultimate streams. They take like 17 hours to get through, and I've had less time. So today we're going to be looking at new things, going down new territories. So I wanted to do something special. I wanted to look at like some of my most hated YouTube videos, and on top of that, go over some of the Pokemon games of all time. Now, when it comes to Pokemon games, they're either like really terrible, pretty good, or in between, bro. There's no quality consistency with the Pokemon company. And I have like this working theory in my head that the more like a franchise makes, the worse the quality of their products get, bro. Like, there was a point in time where Marvel wasn't mainstream. Superhero movies were weird and they were kind of corny. And then next thing you know, Marvel, it's on fire. It's trekking upward. It's only getting better and better and better until it's not getting better, bro. Lately, what they've been doing is they've been cutting funding on visual effects. So you have like trash visuals. The writing has been subpar. It just seems like if they know that the film is gonna make money, the less they care. And the same thing is true with video games. Like Call of Duty, I don't need to say anymore, bro. I don't even need to say anymore. Joe, have you played all Pokemon games? Now, I have a confession. I've only played about 90% of the mainline games. Not all of them, but I have played Pokemon channels, so clearly I am a true Pokemon fan. 100%. 100%. Like, you can't tell me otherwise. If you haven't played Pokemon channel, what's wrong with you? It is amazing, bro. It is great. It is awesome. People say it sucks, they're lying to you. 100%. 100%. So, I'm going to try and tackle multiple things in our stream today. But yeah, I wanted to go over Pokemon games. Now, this one, I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. We should start with, like, the games I think that started them all. Like maybe Red, Blue, Green, Yellow, I don't even know. Like, is this like going to be the American list? Because I know region, it is different. Like, how do they have this set up here? So they got leaf green. Do they not have red and blue? Do they just have yellow here? No, there's red. I see red. Okay, so to start out, I'm gonna put red in A tier. Now, the reason why is because it established the whole franchise. The game is good. The game is good. Now, it's a bit undercooked. There's certain, like, elements of the game that can be exploited. Like, I'm pretty sure back in the day, like, Hyper Beam, if you one-shotted your opponent, it wouldn't recharge the next turn. Essentially giving you the ability to use Hyper Beam. One shot, take out the opponent, and then get to use it again. So there was some flaws in the code. On top of that, you could spam Bind. And if you were faster than the opponent, upon using it, they couldn't attack the following turn. So you could just spam that for like 30 turns because it does like chip damage. And the opponent would just have to sit there and take it, which was a huge problem with Pokemon Stadium that made the AI abysmal to fight against with Reynolds. Because they would just spam Bind for like 2 hours straight. Like, I kid you not, it was brutal. I remember as a kid because it traumatized me. And honestly, Blue, I mean, I want to put it in S because Blastoise is on the cover. And he's clearly better than Zard, but I can't. So he's going to go right there. I just think that's a little unhinged. Taking it too far. Special Pikachu Edition, it goes in B because it's really nothing special. Actually, C. The only reason it exists because the anime was so successful. So this is going to take us to Gen 2. Gen 2 established Dark-type Pokemon, fixed some of the bugs, and it also included Gen 1 in the game, which was like really cool. So you had like 2 games in one. So obviously that's an S tier game. It's obviously really good. And I can't emphasize how good Silver and Gold is. But I think that this just has like silver. There was no crystal in the United States, so I don't know based on what I see, it's Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Obviously, Lugia's cooler, so he gets the cover art award, which puts Silver at a higher rank. It automatically puts Silver at a higher rank. Like, you can't argue with me. Okay, so now I think we're on to Gen 3. Now, Pokemon Sapphire was the very first Pokemon game I owned, and it's great, bro. It's excellent. Now, is it S tier? I think it is going to be A tier. And the reason why is because of Emerald just being fantastic. And it, has all the features and more with extra Pokemon and stuff. But Sapphire is always going to be more special than Ruby, simply due to the fact that I owned Sapphire version and loved it. Kyogre was my first level 100 Pokemon as a kid. And this is the game that introduced me to Pokemon. So I have to put it up there. I have to do that. Joe, why don't you do a Pokemon game stream? Because I have, bro. Because I have, bro. It says start signups. It says it hasn't started. That doesn't make sense. I'll look at it tonight. That's weird. Yeah, because Smash Ultimate Tournament is supposed to be happening. I posted the link to the sign up page and people are telling me they can't sign up. This is some BS. I may have to contact Lewis on Discord. We'll look into it. But that is bizarre. That is weird. That is lame sauce. I spent all this time, bro. Lewis spent all this time, bro. He did most of the work. Trying to get that working, trying to get all that crap working. This is Crystal version. Crystal didn't come in the States, so I don't give a frick about it. Right? I'm pretty sure. Did the United States get Crystal? Get Crystal. You can access it on emulation. Crystal Pokemon. Don't use Bing. Let's see. Pokemon Crystal version is a 3rd generation. Yada yada yada. The game was also released in Japan and in Europe. Yes, the United States did get it. Okay. Alright, Joe Cosmic's tripping. Joe Cosmic is tripping. So, this one, I don't know, bro. I guess it's gonna go somewhere in between, because I really don't care about Crystal. I really don't care, bro. By the way, Joe, it's happening on my birthday. Well, that's gonna be cool. I'll say happy birthday to you. Let's see here. So we left off on Crystal. Okay. And Sapphire and Ruby. Emerald, honestly, I feel it's better than Crystal. So I'm gonna put it like this. Honestly, I don't remember anything about Crystal. I don't know what's special about Crystal. You can argue with me in the comments, because I don't know, bro. I don't know. Any Crystal defenders here? Let me know, bro. Let me know. I'm probably just an idiot because it's one of the ones I hadn't played. Alright. But I can't recall anything like that different. That different. At all, bro. At all. Alright. So where are we going from here? I think we need to go to Fire Red and Leaf Green. Oh, man. These ones are goated, bro. These are the best Gen 1 remakes. I have to say. They're really good. It puts Let's Go to shame, in my opinion. Let's Go had some good elements, but I just disagree with certain things, like getting rid of the Safari Zone. And we'll get into them later. Now, I feel like we have a lot on S tier here. We're going to get in the B, C's, and D's pretty soon. I have a feeling. And people are just going to be upset at me. People are going to hate my picks, bro. I think that 100% people are just going to disagree with me and tell me I'm an idiot for how things are going to go going forward. Alright, Diamond and Pearl is in B tier. I thought some of the Pokemon designs were pretty good for the most part. I mean, it was pretty run-of-the-mill. Battles were really excruciatingly slow for some reason. Like, I don't understand why. They just were longer than any other Pokemon game. Like, I've seen people actually cover this on YouTube, how, like, the battles are just very, very long and drawn out. And it has to do with the HP bar just being slow. Just in general. I mean, graphically, it's pretty solid. The sprites look good. The new Pokemon look great. They had some great design. I really like Torterra, Primplup, and, All the starters look really, really solid, but I just can't justify putting it higher than B. But Platinum, I guess, you know, having elements of both of these, introducing a couple Pokemon that were really solid, I'm going to put it in A. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. Thus far, I think we got a pretty good list. But here's the thing. The best Pokemon games of all time, right here. Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Soul Silver, bro. They are by far the best Pokemon games ever released. And I don't think anyone can argue that. I don't think anyone can argue that that's incorrect. Because it's essentially two versions combined. Because you get the Kanto region. So you get to travel back to the Kanto. And you also get Johto region. And, yeah, I think mechanically it's great. I think the competitive, you know, this version competitively is a lot of fun to play. In comparison to, like, some of the newer versions. Even though I don't go competitive very much in games. But I know a little bit here and there about competitive Pokemon. And this was a good year for Pokemon, I think. A good year. Now, Pokemon Black and Pokemon White. I hated the Pokemon designs in this. They say the story is great, but I don't give a crap to play Pokemon from the story. Usually when I'm playing Pokemon, I'm hitting the A button just to get through text windows as quickly as possible. Because I just want to battle other Pokemon. I do not give two craps about any story, bro. And what I can tell you is that this generation had some of the worst Pokemon designs I have seen in my life, bro. I have seen in my life. There were certain changes that people like to say are overlooked, and they're actually really good to the series, but I can't, bro. I'll put it in C. I'll put it in C. There has been far worse Pokemon games, but I can't, bro. I think White, Zekrom's cooler. Alright. Where are we at? We're getting to more modern era. Now, I have to admit, X and Y I did play, but it's as cool as the Megas are. The game doesn't feel very long. It feels really easy to sweep with just the Megas. All the gym leaders are like abysmally easy. It's the easiest. I don't even understand, bro. Why do they make this game so easy? Like, otherwise I think I could put it higher. I could put it higher because the Megas are just great, bro. The Megas are fantastic. I think they're awesome. I think they're awesome, and I think most people would agree on that. 100%. Okay, so where are we at now? Did I skip over Black 2? I even forgot it existed, bro. Black 2, I mean, it adds Pokemon from other regions, which puts it a step above, but it's still dog water to me. It's like, you just find, like, a ton of OP Pokemon, you know, like Lucario or whatever in the grass, and you go with it. Riolu, I think, or, you know, whoever, because there's so many Pokemon to choose from. It's really good for, like, getting, like, OP teams. Okay. Let me see here. Where are we at? I think Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon I had not played. This is, like, the only Pokemon game I haven't played, but I did forget about Omega Ruby and Sapphire. These are good remakes. Based on what I played of these, they're fun. They're nostalgic, but they could be better. They aren't Heart Gold, Soul Silver level. Okay, so Sun and Moon. Now, my opinions of the Alola region is a lot of the designs were cool. The regional variants were cool. And I do think that added new elements to Pokemon, new ideas that are in the newer games that led to really cool Pokemon designs. They had some cool Pokemon designs too. You know, to be honest, just based on that, I do recognize the impact this game had. Okay, let's go Eevee and Pikachu. Stupid. Absolutely dumb. For one, you know, it's based off a special Pikachu edition. So, you know, they just cranked up, I guess, the stats of Eevee and Pikachu to work like a third stage Pokemon. So they're stronger, but it gives you all three starters. So you get Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Zard, which is cool. But then again, it makes the game so easy. So easy. Also, they cut the Safari Zone. What's wrong with you, bro? What's wrong with you, Nintendo? There's no reason to do that. Okay. So they don't have Scarlet and Violet, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I guess B. I don't know the improvements. Okay, Sword and Shield. Just kill me. Okay, so you guys were supposed to make the first home console experience for Pokemon. And the first thing you do is cut the full Pokedex. Now, you could say that's inevitable, that it was going to happen, sure. But this is not time to do that. It's not time to scale back. It's time to go full on out with the Pokemon franchise. This is supposed to be one of the biggest jumps in quality we should have seen, bro. We should have seen. We were on the Switch hardware, alright? Far superior hardware than the 3DS. Like, even with its tech limitations, we should have gotten better. Should have gotten way better. And there's no excuse for one of the most, like, highest grossing franchises of all time to have such a dog water game come out. Alright. So, they left out Legends Arceus. I thought it was fine. A lot of people thought it was great, but it's not the mainline Pokemon games. The main thing that bothered me about it was not having multiplayer outside of trades. It's like, what's the point if you can't battle your friends? So, just for that, I guess B. And then Scarlet and Violet, they did make improvements. It was launched at, like, I don't know. It was a buggy mess at launch. It was launched in an unfinished state. I'll put it in C. So there you guys go. There you guys go. That's basically how I feel about Pokemon games. Yeah. I think honestly, this is pretty good. So I also have one for like starter Pokemon too. We can totally do starter types. But I think what I want to do is I want to go over like my most controversial videos, bro. My most controversial videos. I think that this one is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be really wild. Some of which I just think that a lot of content was just unfairly criticized. Because I was particularly critical of Xbox and Starfield, bro. Xbox and Starfield. But there's two here in particular that people hated. Is Starfield giving off red flags? It's got 8 likes, 4 dislikes. And let's watch that and see whether or not my assessment was accurate. Let's find it here. It's gotta be here. Here it is. Here it is. So we got the trailer for Starfield, and there's a lot here. They're showing us a lot. They're showing us like character customization, what you can do with your character, starship customization, how there's over 1,000 planets. 1,000 planets, big deal. And like on paper, all this is sounding cool, but I'm really focusing on the things that they aren't showing us, which we didn't see that much about the story, which is pretty important. That's a key component. So, like, what they're saying post-launch is Starfield had some really good plot lines when it came to the side missions, but the main story was kind of not there. That's basically what a lot of people have said, but it's widely debated because people like to deride this game to oblivion. But, you know, I'm just going to say that was a common thing that came up in people's reviews. We didn't see a lot about the NPCs and how they operate, you know, like enemy classes, how they fight, what do they do. A lot of this that I'm seeing is fluff. Now, it is true that, you know, people said the NPCs were pretty much fine in the game, but there was really nothing that special about a lot of the shooting, the gunplay, I guess. I don't even know. It was just another shooter.
Food. We just obsess over the details, and food. We obsess over food.
All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor. You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
the idea of exploring over 1,000 planets or having the ability to explore over 1,000 planets sounds really awesome. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, that also raises a lot of red flags, because what do these planets have that differentiate each other? I mean...
And boom. Boom. People were not happy with me, but it seems like I was correct 100%. 100%. Man, bro. I've always made single player. This is not supposed to be a Halo focused or a first person shooter. This guy is technically right. But...
and they're talking about
I think that a good RPG like this, it needs to have a good core gameplay mechanic in order for you to engage with the customization. Because otherwise, if the gameplay, the meat and potatoes of the game is not engaging, then I don't think people are going to connect with it.
Gravity and different, I guess, foliage. But in the same way, it just seems like that this is going to be a lot of empty planets.
Look at this, y'all hating for real. Starfield does not deserve the hate. God dang, bro.
They're not well designed. Because, to be honest, I'm not sure what
still salty people didn't like this game.
Each planet is going to have and how it's going to differentiate outside of gravity. Because what this looks like is they're setting up a lot. They're setting up a lot of expectations here. They're showing a lot of potential, but
True.
they aren't showing the gameplay.
100%.
Like, the gameplay that they're showing here is pretty much bam, bam, okay, there's 2 people dead. Bam, bam, there's 3 people dead. And they keep cutting.
Now, I think this is fine. I mean, but most shooter games are like that, bro. It's like, I guess it's a fair criticism and it's unfair at the same time, because with RPGs, you oftentimes go around and engage with, you know, like the NPCs and stuff, and kind of it generates your own custom story to an extent. The problem that Starfield had is pretty much the outcome, no matter what dialogue trees you went with, was pretty much the same in most cases. Pretty much everything was scripted. You were scripted to go from point A to point B, and there wasn't like too distinct of a story change between each person's copy of the game or save file. So that's just kind of like the issues I think people had with Starfield. But yeah, I don't know. I think the video is fine. Do I think I could have executed it better? Absolutely. But I was like just starting out at the time. It was a lot of pressure to get this channel going. Because I needed the watch hours. I wasn't sure like what content would succeed. I needed like content that I knew would get views regardless of if I wanted to make it or not. Because to be honest, bro, I just was like I was just like I kind of don't want to make this video, but you know, I do think there's a good case I could make here, and I do think my opinions are warranted.
In a way, cut away. My concern here is that there's going to be a lot of planets with open areas to explore, like giant open world, giant sandbox.
Correct.
But not a lot of enemies. Key
Correct. Based. Man, I got that one right.
thing here is a lot of customization. And they say that every character you can customize, like essentially all the NPCs walking around. If you wanted to, you could recreate them. But there's a problem with the graphics of, I think, the NPC.
It's still bad, bro. It's still bad. I don't know how people defend this. Like, at launch, this was like a main criticism people had is the game looked pretty dated. Like when it came to the face models, but the foliage, the backgrounds, the details of like objects and things were relatively impressive. So you had some things that looked super impressive and some things that looked super dated.
Characters and the player characters, that it kind of looks last generation. I'm not gonna lie, like some of the planet scenery looks beautiful. Like a lot of the planets look absolutely gorgeous. And but the
True, I got that right.
the people, the renders of the people.
Dang. Oh my god, bro.
Honestly, I feel like I could be looking at PS3 game graphics. I I feel like I'm looking at character models from like Uncharted, you know, like The Last of Us.
Dang, that's a little harsh.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good.
I mean,
and you know, I kind of want better.
in some ways, I think they look a little worse, and in other ways, they look a bit more modern. I think like the beard hair in particular, and some of the face models,
Xbox
ugly.
Series X game, you know, be nice to have some pretty solid exclusives on that console,
Sure, 100%.
especially after
Redfall, but you know, I didn't even bring up Halo Infinite because I'm a huge Halo fan, but that shite is disappointing to me.
that was Redfall.
Like, I grew up on Halo Reach. I played Halo 3. I love the crap out of it. I went and played a lot of the remakes. Love the crap out of them. Halo was awesome, but since Bungie left the project, it's just not. Things aren't clicking.
I don't know what it is with Xbox and not wanting to have exclusives.
Now, this is me talking about PC gaming, and how it seems like Microsoft is slowly moving and gravitating towards PC, and I think a lot of that has to do with how PC gaming works. Is you don't have to manufacture consoles, which is, it costs a lot of money to do. They often sell consoles, like gaming consoles, at cost or higher. So it costs them more to sell the gaming console than they actually get in return. And how they make up the loss is through accessories and games, with physical and digital sales, because they get a cut of it. So that's just kind of how things work. So with that, Microsoft has also released Game Pass on PC. And they've also released a lot of their games digitally on stores like Steam as well. But yeah, even with like Steam though, you have to give Steam a cut of your game that you make on sales. But it's like, I don't know. There's a possibility that gaming consoles may die out in favor of PC gaming. I think that's very possible in the future. I also think game streaming is a possibility where game ownership just slowly goes out the window. For like subscription fees that gives you access to a library that people can add stuff to and take away whenever they want, which I think is a potential future Game Pass. I mean, like, it's like, I don't know about that. I'm not a fan of digital copies, or anything that essentially you can't physically own that they can take away at any point. But they had this controversy recently with Sony in Discovery. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this. Let me see here. PlayStation Store taking away shows. Let's see this. Will delete purchased Discovery shows. This is like the New York Times. Sony said that Discovery shows, including Mythbusters and Deadliest Catch, would be deleted from devices on December 31st, citing content licensing arrangements with content providers. So, because they couldn't get like certain licensing agreements from Discovery, they had to remove shows that people purchase full seasons for, to own. Like, that's wild to me. That's freaking wild, bro. Freaking wild. Like, make it make sense. How is that acceptable in any reality, bro? Like, that's crazy. Anyways, back to this.
I think that's a major problem. Why PlayStation is outselling Xbox.
We're not in the business of out
It's true, though.
Sony or out.
All right, this guy right here, Phil Spencer, I believe his name is. He came out and said, listen, we lost the console wars in the generation that mattered most, which was the Xbox One generation, because people were building their digital libraries. He says this in this interview, specifically that I'm citing, which he's absolutely right. He's 100% right here. But the problem lies is the fact that he's basically all like, okay, so we have our customer base. I'm not planning on expanding the customer base. I'm planning to provide an experience for the customer base that we already have, because we already have our customers here that are already loyal to us regardless. That's basically his defense here, which is like,
consoling Nintendo.
Then why are you here?
It's like, yeah, exactly.
There isn't really a great solution or win for us. And I know
That's like a defeatist mindset, my guy. Like, that's not really reassuring to Xbox fans. I had the Xbox 360. I thought it was great. What Xbox does especially well is Xbox Live. The gamer tag system, I really like the achievement system. There's a lot of cool stuff going on, I think, with the Xbox systems. Because PlayStation trophies aren't as cool, bro. They just aren't. But I don't know, bro. They dropped the ball with the Xbox One in particular, with them announcing it at launch. They're all like, okay, so we're going discless. All right, that's the first thing you don't do, is tell your customers we aren't gonna allow physical copies or you to purchase used copies. I'm pretty sure that's what they said, which made like Sony do some crazy crap. Hold on, I need to get to YouTube. There was like this video that Sony released. How to share your games on PlayStation. Official PlayStation used game instructional video. This is real.
This is how you share your games on PS4.
That was an official ad issued by PlayStation, because what Microsoft was trying to do, it's all coming back, is they were trying to charge people a little bit of money if they were to purchase used games. Like, each game that you would buy would like have a code associated with it, and you would have to import this code or whatever in order to redeem it. And if the code has already been redeemed, then they would charge a fee. Is that not crazy that Xbox tried to do this? And they also were forcing the Kinect upon people. Like, because they were bundling it with a Kinect, and they weren't calling it a gaming console, they were calling it an entertainment system, to where you could like access streaming like Netflix and stuff. But this was all before this guy got here, though. But he inherited this company. It was just a freaking mess, bro. Like, the Xbox 360 was peak, and then they just threw it all in the garbage. They decided we don't want good game systems.
No, that will upset a ton of people, but it's just the truth of the matter is that when you're third place
Jeez,
in
bro, third?
the console
You can't even beat Nintendo, bro. You can't even beat their dog water hardware. That's messed up.
And the top two players are as strong as they are and have, in certain cases, very, very discreet focus on doing deals and other things that will that kind of make being Xbox hard for us as a team. That's on us, not on anybody else. Our vision is that everybody who's on console has to feel like they have a great experience.
Sure.
They're a first-class citizen. They've invested.
Great. So how are you doing that, though, with Redfall, bro, and Starfield? That's the thing. I mean, you know, it's like Todd Howard, I think, made a mistake by using an in-house engine. I think had they used a different engine for Starfield, I almost said No Man's Sky, I think they could have had much better results, potentially, because a lot of the complaints come down to is graphics, limited exploration for something that, you know, was advertised as something so vast and, you know, amazing. Certain things people don't like loading screens when you're entering a planet. You just can't drive into the atmosphere in your ship and enter that way and land. It just doesn't operate that way. It just does it for you. I mean, a lot of these things are cool ideas, but the game honestly seemed too ambitious, I think, for the technology that we have at the moment. And it was hard to meet the criteria of what people were expecting. But, you know, a lot of this is self-inflicted because this is how they advertised the game. It was kind of misleading with their marketing. And I think that they should know
darn well that they were setting the bar to make, you know, the game of a generation, only to deliver complete crap. So, you know, that's
ton in our platform.
That's on Bethesda.
But we're not in a position, and I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just
it is
not
true,
true.
Though. It is
So they
true,
decided,
bro.
like, on
It is true. People are willing to buy multiple consoles if you have games, bro.
Halo Infinite, they're gonna release this on PC and Steam. I don't know what they're doing, guys. I really don't know what they're doing.
I think it's fine if that's the business direction they want to take. I think my mind has kind of shifted a little bit, but if you're into console gaming exclusively, I would start investing in a PC, because I'm not sure how long this is going to last. I think Nintendo, being the boomers that they are going to stick to consoles as long as possible, but I think Microsoft more than likely is going to jump ship first. And then eventually it's going to be Sony. And this is theorizing, but I think genuinely, bro, that is the future of gaming. That's the direction it's going to take. So that's basically what I think. I'm not sure if you guys agree with that or not, but you can let me know. Alright, let's go.
I don't know what they're doing. Like, honestly, I want game companies competing. Like,
now this is a good argument here, because the Pokemon company is doing so darn well, have like no competition, nobody talking about Digimon or whatever that fan project was to make a similar like Pokemon game. Like, I forget what it's called. I already forgot. There was like this trailer around the time of Sword and Shield that people were talking about. Oh, it's, you know, a new Pokemon because Sword and Shield is dog water, but you know, it's like Tim, I think it was called. Right? This Garbo that nobody played. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is it. Hold on. Hold on, bro.
When you download the Fred Meyer
Ads,
app,
bro.
enjoy over $500 in savings
Ads.
every week
Boo.
with digital coupon.
Okay. Yeah, this is it.
Experience the epic story.
This is the Pokemon killer, ladies and gents.
Combat to determine who's the best Temtem tamer in the airborne
The
archipelago.
best Temtem tamer.
Temtem.
That's the competition Pokemon has.
you can tell Pokemon has no competition right now. Nobody talking about Digimon. And the stuff that they are releasing lately is just broken. And they're still selling copies.
Like hotcakes, bro. Like freaking hotcakes. These games are still selling off the shelf. They're flying off the shelves, bro. They're soaring. Like, they have like Superman's cape right now. They're so high up in the
lack
air.
of competition can just tell a lot of game developers that they can get away with just putting out crap. And honestly, Sony, they're doing a pretty decent job, but I feel like we could get better games if Xbox was releasing better quality products. Then there would be a need to really push the envelope of gaming. There would be a need to push the envelope of gaming. And it just seems that Xbox is a little disinterested. I'm not gonna lie. Don't hate me for saying it. I love Halo. I love Halo.
That is
What
true.
I don't love
Absolutely.
is Halo Infinite.
Yup.
I think introducing a season pass was a bad idea.
100%.
Honestly.
100%. They're turning Halo into Overwatch 2, bro. That's basically how I saw that. They're turning it into Overwatch 2. They're turning it into Fortnite. They have Fortnite at Halo. Fortnite has literally infiltrated literally everything under the sun, bro.
I feel like it was a very grindy progression
Why
system that
Fortnite,
didn't
bro?
feel rewarding.
You're ruining everything.
It felt like after matches that playing good or having a good team or working to win didn't really contribute to getting more credits. And
Beast! Freaking beast! Oh, I couldn't have been more right, bro. Couldn't have been more right. The cool thing about Halo Reach is, like, when you didn't quit matches and just kept playing consistently, every once in a while you'll hit a credit jetpack where instead of like 300 credits for completing the game, you get 3,000, bro. And the ranking system was so much better. The armor looked cooler. I don't know how the new generation of Halo, like, ports in old, like, Halo armor and it somehow looks worse, bro. I don't understand. Like, the modern armor that they make, you know, just new designs often look like garbage, bro. Started in Halo 4 with these trash designs, bro. Average 343. Get a life. Unlocking things, and because you weren't unlocking things, I felt like there was less of a... The only good thing 343 has done is pretty decent remakes of the campaigns, because visually those are spectacular, and you know, those are stories that I want to revisit. 1 through 3 in Reach. Reach has an amazing story, although there was a lot of haters of Reach at the time, but it's actually really good. Necessary reason to keep coming back to play the game more and more and more. It didn't have that same flair that I got when I was playing Halo Reach, to be honest with you. I will never stop talking about Halo Reach. Anyway, continue. So it was honestly very disappointing as far as the multiplayer. I feel like it really could have delivered something great. I feel like it may have been better had they not done a free-to-play model and just sold a exactly $60 game, but I don't know. So yeah, there's some good stuff here with Starfield. I love customization. I think customization is great, but I think that's kind of what I like about Hogwarts right now. The problem with Hogwarts and a lot of customization in modern games is they have gear where like your inventory fills up and you have to like throw stuff away. I hate that garbage. Like, why can't I keep everything I earn, bro? Why can't I have like a whole wardrobe of stuff? Why do I have to be burdened to constantly get rid of crap? This is a video game, dog. This is a video game. Let me carry what I want. Thing with customization, if the core gameplay is not there, there's going to be really no reason to customize. Because really, that's just a perk to the game. The game itself needs to be good enough to keep players coming back. And Starfield's player base has been declining pretty significantly. According to Steam charts, is not holding up as well as like the Elder Scrolls. Otherwise, all these customization features are just going to go to waste because it's all fluff. Why are people going to want to customize in a game that they don't like the gameplay of? So I'm really hoping that the gameplay actually delivers on its premise and actually that Bethesda gives us a solid game that, you know, people will play for a long time. Another element that I find really concerning is no co-op or multiplayer. That also stifles a reason to customize things, you know, because it's just a single player experience. It's definitely more fun to customize things that you can share with friends or the world. I think that's what makes certain games great, such as Little Big Planet. But right now, this is looking like Sims in space. Damn, roasted. Based off of this trailer I got. It's not really looking like a shooter as a shooter should. Like, typically when you see a game trailer for a shooter, they're going to talk about enemy. So I obviously should have focused a little bit more on the RPG elements. But overall, there's a lot I got right here. Weapons classes, the story, that was all on the back burner for just the fluff. Let me know in the comments. I think that's kind of true to an extent, bro. I don't know, bro. They said the side missions had a lot of death. But nonetheless, that's interesting. Now this one I got a lot of hate for. A lot of hate for. This video blew the heck up overnight. Like, it was gaining like hundreds and hundreds of views until it got ratioed and then sent to the like Shadow Realm. It got sent to the Shadow Realm, bro. It looked like it was gonna be a 1,000-view video until it wasn't. Because I guess, you know, people were big mad at me for this one. People were big mad at me. What does the comment say? Bruh. That's crazy. How many frames per second does it run on PlayStation? I don't give a fuck about Starfield, bro. Miss me with this nonsense. Miss me with this nonsense. So Xbox announced that they were going to raise the price of Game Pass. Yeah. And outside of the US in certain countries, they're going to raise the price of Xbox Series X. Yeah, lame sauce. Now this to me is leaving me frustrated because honestly, I feel like Xbox ain't treating gamers right. Yeah, 100%. There's something particularly interesting that Phil Spencer said, something to do with, well, we don't compete with Nintendo. But the thing that we do is treat our customers like first-class citizens. 100%. You did say that. When it comes to Xbox,
we're not in the business of out console.
Yeah, the famous clip we've already been over.
Everybody who's on console has to feel like they have a great experience.
Yeah,
You're not in a position that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true.
That's his belief, that if we just build good games, everything won't turn around. Like, any effort we make is completely redundant.
But as it turns out with Starfield, it supports 4K and 60 frames per second on everything except Xbox.
Alright, now this is where people got salty, because everything but except Xbox would include PC. That's basically it. It's basically it. Now, Joe Cosmic was a bit on troll energy because he was frustrated. He was frustrated that the last video got treated like shit, even though I felt like I was 100% right. And as it turned out, I was mostly, like, I would say 95% correct about my criticisms there, and that I was a bit hesitant to get excited about this game because the fact of the matter, a lot of what I said was possibly going to happen actually did happen, which is crazy.
One thing that we need to consider is Xbox is the more powerful console than the PlayStation 5, than the Nintendo Switch.
That's true as far as hardware specs.
It's the best hardware out there when it comes to gaming consoles. And the fact that Starfield is capped at 30 frames per second, does not support 4K, is quite ridiculous and a slap in the face to gamers, in my opinion. And that
It's whatever.
may be a sign.
I don't know, bro. Like, the criticism is fair because you're talking about your hardware. You're consistently throwing around, and you got Xbox fans consistently bragging that, you know, we have the best system. Our system can support the most, and it is the most for your buck. But they aren't utilizing the hardware to the fullest extent that they can. So I think that's fair. Was I a bit over the top about it? Probably. I think maybe I was a little frustrated after my last Starfield video, but, you know.
And that it may have performance issues. I don't know. Because if they're capping it at 30 frames per second, then clearly they're having a harder time optimizing it.
Now that's a fair thing, because it was postponed, you know, and they were saying that's actually a good thing, because they want to make sure that the product is operating as it should. So it's a little bit of a low blow, I ain't gonna lie, but nonetheless, the thought process is definitely there. If they aren't running it at 60 frames per second, you know, at the max graphical quality, then clearly it's having a hard time loading everything in, and they're probably having some issues optimizing it to make it cap at a lower frame rate, even though they could have it cap at a higher frame rate. So obviously there's a reason as to why they would make that choice.
For the system and its hardware. Now, tell me how this is okay.
Now, based on what I recall, Starfield did have bugs at launch, but it wasn't the worst. But, you know, there was some game-breaking bugs that a couple people ran into.
Tell me how this
Quite a few reviewers. But it could have been much worse.
is acceptable. Why should people take this? Honestly, I feel like gamers need to be upset right now. Because Game Pass is one of the only redeeming qualities about Xbox. If Starfield bombs, don't even talk to me about Game Pass. It's pretty much worthless.
Now, I'm not huge on Game Pass. I think at the time I was fine with it because it does seem like a bargain for what you get in the pricing. But it's not really, digital ownership is not ownership, and it's not. You're not really paying to own games. I mean, you're paying for access to games. I mean, it's fine, but the implications in the long term could be, I don't know, unpopular, unfavorable.
Just a complete disaster. Xbox released Halo Infinite as a $60 campaign with a mediocre season pass system for Halo Infinite that I didn't quite like. It feels as though 343 hasn't been able to capture the spectacle that once was Halo. And it's honestly missing the mark across the board, in my opinion. But, you know, it is what it is. I can't really fix this. I mean,
we can talk, but apparently this Phil Spencer guy just doesn't care.
But we are not in a position, and I see it out there. I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way. We lost.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. At an analytical standpoint, he may be right here. That investors aren't really going to be impressed or that's like swayed, I guess, by how impressive a game is reviewed. I mean, as far as what they're concerned about is how many copies it's going to sell. And if Redfall is going to sell as many copies as Starfield, it didn't. This is just an example. Then it wouldn't matter. But a new IP, regardless of quality, can be a bit difficult to actually get copies off the shelves. You know, in comparison to more nostalgic titles. But that said, that's not something you should say, I think, especially your core fan base. I mean, the other guys look in the shot. The guy who was right sitting at home, and then the far right, the guy at the left, they don't look too excited at the moment. I mean, that's not a face you want to have, bro. That's a face of things aren't looking good. Like, literally, the CEO guy up here is like, you know, the executive's telling you, yeah, the boat's sinking. I mean, it is what it is. That's basically what this is, bro. The ship, really, we aren't fixing the holes in the ship. You're just gonna have to live with it. You're gonna have to live with a sinking boat. Like, that's not even what you should tell investors either, I don't think.
The worst generation to lose in the Xbox One generation.
Yeah, here it
where
is.
everybody built their digital library of games. So when you go and you're building on Xbox, we want to.
I honestly think this is why they've invested so much time in Game Pass, is they kind of gave up on actual game sales.
Our Xbox community.
Like, damn, bro. So we're just going to try and build a service and then, you know, bank everything on that, whether or not it succeeds. Xbox is the whole... The whole Xbox brand is on Game Pass's shoulders right now. That's what they're banking on, it seems.
To feel awesome, but this idea that if we just focused more on great games on our console, that somehow we're going to win the console race,
Damn.
I think doesn't really lay into the reality of most people. Like 90% of the people every year who walk into a retailer to buy a console are already a member of one of the three ecosystems.
Honestly, I feel like you should step down from Xbox. We would all be better off. All would be better off. I feel like Sony players would be happier because they would get more games. The games would probably be higher quality because they need to compete with Xbox. I don't know what's going on.
More competition, I think, is a good thing and results in higher quality products and a higher volume of products if they need to be consistent about having more products to show in order to sell their systems. I 100% think that's true. Because the point of exclusives is to get people to buy your system. Like, the reason why people are buying this, even though the hardware is like garbage and like years and years behind, is because this has Mario on it. It has Mario. You can't go wrong with Mario, bro. Everybody loves Mario. And the games are actually pretty good quality and they look nice. Even though in the technical, looking at it in its technical aspects, it's really not impressive. It's actually kind of dated.
Competition makes better products. People are needing to push, companies push for more sales, right? That's just a fact. And the fact that Phil Spencer doesn't feel like these companies really need to compete or this isn't a competition really makes me feel like he's unfit for the business. And the crazy part is I say all this and I don't own a PS5. Alright? I have a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, but people didn't understand this. That's crazy. How many frames per second does it run in PlayStation? I don't fucking own a PlayStation, dumbass. If you watch the video, you would know that. But people just like bitch, complain without actually looking into things. This guy was arguing that the PC modders would make Starfield look really good. I absolutely agree. It's just that most of the PC modders at this point is jump ship. But I'm hopeful I'm hopeful that that we'll get, I don't know, that will improve, like, honestly. Because if modders come in and actually make some serious improvements on the game, that's awesome. But that's like several years down the line, and I'm not even sure that's going to save it. But really, game companies shouldn't rely on modders to fix their video games. The product should be good at launch, bro. Good enough to get people on board. Like, it shouldn't take 2 years to get people excited for your game. So that's the thing, bro. But yeah. Well, I really don't know, bro. Is the Pokemon topic over? Well, we did the first section of the Pokemon topic. We can do the next section. We ranked the video games. Although this tier list, like, didn't have Scarlet and Violet and Legends Arceus for some reason, but I was able to talk about them a bit. Now these are like Pokemon starters. Like, some of these I don't even remember names. Like, Pokemon names are hard to keep track of now that there's over like 1,000 of them. 1,000 of them. But I could probably rank some of these. Like, out of the way, Bulbasaur is a go-to design. Charmander is pretty awesome, I ain't gonna lie. Squirtle is freaking adorable. What's not to love? What's not to love about Squirtle? Turtle Tank, the best starter of all time. Zard, goated. Venusaur is like B, bro. It's kind of dog water. Then you got Wartortle. I like Wartortle. I'll put him in A. Trico, he was my first starter. I love him. He's good. Rovile, one of the better designs, bro. Amazing. Honestly, better than Sceptile. Better than Sceptile, but Sceptile is really cool too, I think. 100%. Cyndaquil, meh. Quilava, just a bigger Cyndaquil. Typhlosion, just another bigger Cyndaquil. Totodile, he's a croc. I mean, I love him. Crocodile, kind of ass looking. I don't know. And then for Alligator, shit. we got Torchic, bro. How do I feel about Torchic? Torchic exists. Combustion. How does Combustion look? I've always hated Blaziken. I hate the design. Please don't kill me. Chikorita's cute. I just put her there. Mudkip goated, bro. This stupid idiot. This guy is goated, bro. 100%. These are lame sauce. Gym 5 sucks. Terrible design. All of them are garbage. All of them. Rowlet? I like Rowlet. Oh, shit, bro. I'm gonna put him in B. He's cool. He's cool, bro. Owl guy. Yeah, let's go. That one's cooler. And then we got, what is Gen 5 dog water, bro? All this sucks. Sucks blood. Terrible. Terrible. Chimchar I like. He's okay. I mean, you know, this guy's got color to him. And Fernape's pretty cool. Piplup, goated design. Very important in the anime. Yeah. Yeah. C's too harsh. C's too harsh. Bayleaf, I really like. This one's pretty cool. I like the dino design. I don't like you. You look terrible. I don't like you. You also look terrible. You look D. I mean, there's some epic stuff going on there. Ivysaur is an A. Charmeleon is an A. I kind of feel like a B. Turtwig, absolutely love him. I mean, he's a turtle. I just like turtles, bro. I like turtles. This is awesome. This turtle right here is sick. Pretty awesome, bro. Oshawott lame sauce, bro. I mean, he's probably the better ones of that gen, but it's still lame sauce. See. Tepig. Tepig's actually an amazing design, bro. I think he's great, but then they decide to evolve him into this ugly trash. It's like, why, bro? So much potential. So much potential wasted. Chespin's cute. You're not. This one's adorable, too. It's a really good design. I really like that, too. It's better than the third the third evolution. It's just, how did that happen, bro? Froakie is very mediocre, but this evolves into this epicness that made it in Smash Bros. Honestly, he's up there. He's up there with Sceptile. I hate this. I like the starter forms here. This is fine too. This is just dog shit. Cute. Weird. And weird. I like it okay. Score Bunny, I like it okay. Well, there you go. I just ranked all those, bro. I just ranked all those. Just ranked all those, and you all hate me now. 100%. You have no reason to like me anymore. Unsubscribe. There's at least 2 people who think I'm wrong. Who think I'm wrong, bro. But yeah, that's starter Pokemons. Ranked. But yeah, I don't know, bro. Do I have anything else I want to go over? I feel like we should go over, like, Smash Bros, like, characters by hype, bro. Smash Bros characters. I think that would be sick to do sometime. Sick to do. Do I want to do it tonight? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We got viewers. I mean, we'll see here. Smash Bros. Just type that in. I want to see Hero Sakurai games ranked. Every newcomer reveal trailer. That's crazy. Super Smash Bros. All character renders. 64 to Ultimate. Well, this is all the character renders. So this is like... This is too much. That's a lot. Come on, bro. Should be obvious. Just get Smash Bros. Characters. Super Smash Bros. With Smash Wiki all kinds. I don't know what all this is, bro. Why don't you have the characters, bro? It's crazy. It's so simple. So simple to have. Oh, here we go. Is this all of them? This can't be all of them, bro. It's clearly missing some. This ain't all of them. There ain't no way. Yeah, what the heck? What the heck? I don't know, bro. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. I guess. But where's Piranha? There's Piranha Plant. Where's Sora? Does it not have Sora, bro? Does it not have Sora? They didn't update Sora in this, bro. Got Cloud. Got a lame sauce Cloud. Dang. Oh, there he is. Never mind. There he is. I see him. I see him. I see his legs. Is there a Pokemon Gen OST rank list? I did the games. I did all the mainline Pokemon games. Now, I gotta say, we're gonna be doing this by hype. What I think are the most hype Smash Bros. Characters. Not necessarily by who's the best. I'm gonna call this hype. Okay, there we go. There we go. I fixed it.
I fixed it. That's what it says now. Okay. So we got Ganon. What do I think about Ganon? I think he's cool. I mean, a lot of his kills are pretty cheap. You have up smash, which has like this huge long basic coverage, but in the same way, it's got a lot of startup delay and in lag. Also, he's like Captain Falcon, where, you know, he has to get up close and he has to spike people off ledges. I think he's fun to watch, but he's not Captain Falcon, bro. Falco, I mean, he exists. I mean, Falco is a cool character. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, it's like a lot of them is just aerial combat. Aerial combat, and he isn't quite as quick as Fox. Sheik is cool. If you can play Sheik, I respect you 100%. Min, put that in F. That Garbo. Olimar gets a C because no one plays him, and if you can actually play him, good on you. This guy can go in the trash. This guy is fun to watch. Just because of the cheese. Getting kills at 40%. Like, you hate to see it, bro. It's like DK. Like, you can't help but laugh. You can't help but laugh, bro. I have to put him up. You know, I feel guilty. I got a guilty conscience. He goes and see Steve, get him out of here, bro. Everybody complains about Steve. Zelda, yeah. Fire Emblem. Okay, enough said about that one. Zoning. I can't. Okay, Fire Emblem. You know what? Hold on a second. Here we go. F for Fire Emblem. There we go. F for Fire Emblem. We got a whole tier dedicated to just Fire Emblem, bro. Just Fire Emblem. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Croc is hype. Let's go, Croc, man. I mean, he's kind of clunky at times, and plus his down air is stupid. With his coverage, like if your character is like tapping its head, it will often spike, which is like the dumbest thing on the planet. But hey, it's good. It's good. It's good. Why Min? Because people cheese with Min. All you gotta do is watch a Ganon versus Min match. It's just ledge guarding. Okay, we got Pit. Dark Pit, specifically. I mean, he's fine. Nothing too exciting. F for Fire Emblem. Palutena. Sheesh, bro. Sheesh. How do I feel about her? I hate her, bro. It makes me feel like I'm playing Byleth. Rob requires some skill and can do some stuff, but a lot of it's just BSing, bro. I gotta be honest. A lot of them is just, I'll put them in C-. Low C, D+, bro. D+, Dark Samus, another Samus character. Mithra and Pyra. Mario's hype. I think Mario can do some cool stuff with this game. Shulk. Little Mac is hype. 100%. 100%. Wolf is C. Wolf is fine. This guy is a zoner. This guy is, in fact, good, but a zoner. The problem with Sora is Sora does require some skill, but the problem with him is, how do I say it? Too floaty, too slow. Just 3-hit combos. I mean, like, it's not that exciting to watch. DK, I'm gonna put him in. DK needs his own tier. I think he needs like a Wombo tier. I don't even know how else to put DK. How do I add a tier, bro? Add a row above. Okay, close this. Move this up. Move it up. Oops. It going upward. Bro, how am I so bad at this? How am I so bad at this? Okay, that's not it either. This is gonna be our W for Wamba. That's gonna be DK. DK cheese it's funny, bro. It's funny. As much as it makes me hate my life when I get killed by it, it's funny. The dash attack is just funny, bro. Yeah, you can't go wrong. I feel guilty. We're gonna put it above B. Alright, we got Pokemon Trainers hype. 100%. 100% an A tier hype. Banjo-Kazooie is not hype, bro. This moveset is boring. It is dull. Uninteresting. They did bro dirty. They did my man dirty. Peach can have some cool moments. Peach can be cool. Martha's Fire Emblem. Daisy is Peach. This Toon Link, I like Toon Link. He's got little sword, but he does zone. Little sword man's going on there. Okay, this guy, he's kind of a zoner. You can do some hype things at times. He can be hype. Zero Suit, I think Zero Suit's kind of cool to watch. A lot of it's just animation doing the work. I don't know. See? Pac-Man. Pac-Man I've seen do wild shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna put him up here. Okay, Pichu is hype. 100%. Joker. He's not boring. Wii Fit Trainer is kind of boring. Kind of dull. Hero. I hate Hero, bro. But some wild shit can happen with Hero, I ain't gonna lie. It's not necessarily the hero player, it's what happens to the other player, or how the other player responds. Greninja, going in B. Okay. Cloud sucks. Fuck Cloud. Piece of shit. And this piece of garbage too can go screw itself. This psychopath, I like him. I like him because it's like, how is this dude winning when he does win? Diddy just, he's one of the Wamba characters. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of it is tripping people on bananas and following up with Smash Attack. Luigi can do pretty crazy shit. Pretty crazy shit, I ain't gonna lie. Duck Hunt, he's fine. I like Duck Hunt. This guy, I mean, he's hyped to watch. I ain't gonna lie, but he is overpowered. He is overpowered. I'm gonna put him underneath Olimar, I think. Ice Climber pretty hype. Snake, I guess. You can see Falcon hype. We got Swordman with Boomerang, C. I like Link, I guess, but I don't like him at the same time because people zone. I need a new tier for this one. Let's see here. Add a row above. Thank you. Close this out. Alright. Satan, go to hell. There we go. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's put that there. Let's add a row above it. Let's see. Add a row above. Alright. Just... Hey, stop. Stop, bro. I'm typing here, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Just... Bro! Fuck you. God damn, bro. Let's try this one more time. Just to put Satan lower on this list. Fuck Satan, you piece of fucking shit rot. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, sorry, I misspelled this. I gotta fix that. Just a little typo. There we go. There we go. There we go. Satan, go to hell. Perfect. Thank you. I don't like you much either. I mean, a lot of you is cheese, but at least he has to approach the opponent. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But a lot of Wario is just spamming, bro. It's like spamming aerials just constantly, and they always land. So they're actually thinking. They actually have to use precision and use their brain power to land it. Bayonetta. Let's see here. What's Bayonetta? I don't hate Bayonetta. DDD. Yeah, I like Penguin. Penguin fun, bro. Yoshi. Yoshi. I'll put him in C. Like, I can't justify putting him in B. I like Kerba. Watching Kerba is funny. 100%. If they can actually pull Kerba off, that's cool. Meta Knight. C. This is F for Fire Emblem. Lucario's pretty hype. I ain't gonna lie. That one's like high risk. High reward, it feels like. You got Aura, but you know, it's like, even still, he's hard to win with. And you can misinput things and it can be deadly. Let's see here. Piranha Plant. I'm a bit biased with this one, bro. 100%. 100%. But yeah, I'm really biased. Really, especially biased. Lucas, just to put, I'll put him there. You know, I'll put him in F. I'll be generous. The Mies, fucking Mies, bro. I don't like them. I just don't. Pit, he's a C. Where's Dark Pit? Okay, there we go. Figured it out. Fixed it. I don't like this character. I don't like this character either. Jigglypuff. I mean, when they land rest, that's pretty hype. But I don't want to put it in hype tier. Ryu's fine. He's just, I don't see that much interesting stuff to watch with Ryu. Terry. D. Ridley can be cool, but he's eh. Alright, we got Mega Man. Mega Man's hype, bro. Mega Man's an A. Probably up by Sheik. Roy. Pikachu. I kind of like watching Pikachu. But he is OP, so he ain't like Pichu hype. Sonic. Oh, I need a new tier for this one. I need a new tier. Add a row below. Okay, here we go. Spin dash. Bro. But why does it keep doing this, Garbo? Spin dash. There we go. That's gonna be Sonic's tier. That's gonna be Sonic tier, everybody. Spin dash. We got Inkling. Inkling kind of cool. Kind of cool, but I hate the roller, dude. The roller bothers me, but still kind of cool. Fox, hype. Let's freaking go, bro. Fox is up there, bro. 100%. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna put Captain Falcon and Fox at the top. Didn't like that. Alright, I think that's good. I think that's good. Isabel, F. This guy, this is one of them Ryu characters. Sephiroth is cool. He's cool. Mewtwo is very, very hype. I hate to say it. I mean, he dies early, but this dude can get damage. This dude is like insane, bro. Insane. His jabs can do like 30%. 30%. Like he's abysmally strong and abysmally nerfed at the same time. And it's freaking wild, bro. But I love him. Doc, absolutely, bro. Doc is incredibly hype. Incredibly hype. Alright. So I think this is pretty much the list. I went over them. So if you play any of these characters on the top, I actually, that is like B or higher, I actually appreciate you. Except you Donkey Kong peeps. You Donkey Kong and Diddy people irritate me, but still, it's funny to watch. It is entertaining to watch people get cheesed in ridiculous ways, bro. In ridiculous ways. But yeah, I will always defend Fox's hype. 100%. 100%. Even though you can't breathe in the arena. You get punished for breathing when Nico plays this character. And it agitates the crap out of us. But still, he's hype, bro. 100%. 1,000%.
1,000%. This piece of shit goes down here. But yeah, we this is like the forgotten category. We don't speak of it. We don't speak of it. All right, Shark. We'll see you later, bro. R.I.P. Squid Girl. I think Eduardo is the most disappointed out of all you. I feel like Eduardo feels personally attacked because like I put a lot of his characters at the bottom. 100%. Fox used to be cool, but never dies early, so Fox is enough. Fox is like one of the lightest characters in the game, Eduardo. He dies pretty early. Like, it takes a certain amount of skill to actually win with Fox. It's not an easy feat to do. So, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. We've been on here for like an hour and 30 minutes. Where do we go from here, bro? Where do we go from here? Do we end it? Do we do something else? Any gaming news you guys talking about? I don't freaking know, bro. I don't freaking know. I don't freaking know. I prepared about like a couple segments, and then I threw in Smash on top of it. As far as tier lists go. But yeah, we reviewed some of my old videos. Some of the old ones, the throwbacks. The throwbacks. I guess we had 1,000, so it wouldn't be bad to review some of these. Wouldn't be terrible to review some of these. But I've been like less topical as of late. I think Starfield made me not want to do it because people just don't fucking listen in general. They're just there to deride, and they really don't care. Regardless of, you know, if there's like, honestly, if I was a customer of Xbox, I would definitely be like, what the hell right now? Like, what am I buying your products for? You guys need to do better. But I think even Pokemon fans can do that crap, even though like the state of Pokemon right now is pretty bad. Pretty bad, but I know Nintendo fans have been more critical of Nintendo than like Sony fans have been critical of PlayStation. I took a lot of risks with this. I came out and said, you know, I'm not that interested in Spider-Man. Which, you know, one thing led to another, which, you know, kind of like unintentionally like started this whole war, because Lucas, my boss, the amazing Lucas, he went in and he's all like, okay, well, I guess, you know, it doesn't really innovate that much on top of the Arkham games. Maybe he's right. So then he starts making content, and the next thing you know, you got like this chain reaction where just a bunch of people were just hating on him, and then next thing you know, he's making a Spider-Man fan game, bro. Which I'm excited for. I'm just not sure if it's gonna get funded. Let's see here. The Spider Kickstarter. Combat Arena. But where is it? This ain't the link. Well, this is view on Kickstarter. There we go. Redirecting you now. Thank you. He's working on this. I think it's cool. So I'm going to show you guys this.
What's up, everyone?
You guys can support him if you want. Right now, he needs $25,000 to make that, and we got 20 days to go. 20 days to go. But yeah, I might throw in $5, bro. But it's gonna be hard.
My name is Lucas, and I'm a content creator as well as a professional 3D character animator. But above all else,
everyone say hi, Lucas. It's the guy I work for.
I'm a Spider-Man fan.
Me too. Spider-Man's cool. Spider-Man's cool. I agree. Spider-Man's awesome.
Spider Combat Arena. Now, the Spider Combat Arena is a fast-paced, third-person character action hack-and-slash title. Boy, that was a mouthful.
That's what she said.
As the story goes,
that's what she said,
Titan
bro.
Has kidnapped you and the love of your life, Maya Johnson, also known as MJ. And the only path
there's the
to her
link.
rescue
I'm not even sure if you can click it.
Through a seamlessly endless combat arena. Now, there wouldn't be a combat arena if there wasn't combat. So I'm going to go over a few concepts in the game.
What is a combat
and
arena
discuss
without
others
combat,
later
bro?
on during the duration of the project. First and foremost, when it comes to health. Well, the spider in the game has a healing factor. Not anything like, Wolverine, but a decent one. So as long as you stay out of damage and avoid it, well, your health will slowly regenerate. Now, having said that, I want to remind you that you are not...
Damn, bro.
So if you take enough damage, you will be greeted with a game over screen. However, there's one way to avoid that, and that is going to be at the cost of your hypersense bar. Upon using your hypersense bar, you can use what is called a web shield. That will encapsulate the spider in a web cocoon and allow him to regenerate his health at a faster rate. Now, I know what you're thinking. What in the world is a hypersense bar? Well, I want you to think of it as almost like a cool stuff bar. It's going to allow you to do devastating attacks, take down multiple enemies, multiple opponents, finishers. It's going to allow you to do slow-mo and move at accelerated speed.
That's cool.
There's a lot of cool stuff it's going to allow you to do. I'll get into more of that, once again, later on during the duration of the project. Now, when it comes to combat, the best defense, I would say, is an offense. I mean, we're talking about a person who can dodge bullets at point-blank range. In the Spider Combat Arena, you're not going to use block, because there's no point. You're too fast.
Gotcha.
So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be dodging attacks. Now,
so he's basing the gameplay around is how you would expect a Spider-Man to operate. Like, a Spider-Man probably wouldn't need to block, because he's got Spidey sense. I mean, if you watch the Spider-Man movies, oftentimes he's dodging punches, and he's hard to hit.
Now, you can dodge any and every attack in the game as long as you time it right. If you time it precisely at the moment of impact, you will engage in a perfect dodge.
So this adds a risk factor, because what I'm assuming is a perfect dodge may be like at the last moment of landing it. So if you like dodge too early, you can't get the perfect dodge. But if you dodge it at the right time, towards the end of the possible window of dodging, you get rewarded. But there's a risk, because if you accidentally wait too long, then you get hit.
Now, what the perfect...
That's what I'm assuming he means by that.
Perfect dodge allows for is a devastating counterattack, leaving some enemies in a stun state. In addition, it is a single most effective way of increasing your hypersense bar.
Nico, you need to chill in the chat. Wardo out here censoring you, bro.
Now, in addition to the hypersense bar, there is another bar that gives you some phenomenal abilities in the game. But as I said before, I'm going to cover some of these things later on during the duration of the project. Moving on, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite mechanics in the game, and that is going to be the taunt mechanic.
The taunt mechanic. This sounds cool. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know why the video stopped, because I didn't tell it to. Oh my god, bro. Oh my goodness, I broke it. I broke it. It's no longer working. Oh my god. Oh, someone cancels Joe Cosmic, bro. Someone cancel. He's the worst promoter on the planet, bro. Worst promoter on the planet.
What's up, everyone? My name
Alright. Bruh.
increasing your hypersense bar.
Okay.
Now, in addition to that, it gives you some later on during the enemy, you're going to be utilizing grade the spider. Having said that, if you taunt too much, you may this does. Now, in the Spider Combat Arena, you'll be able to taunt any and every enemy you come across. What this does is that it acts as a multiplier for your web points. Now, your web points are your currency that you're going to be utilizing in order to upgrade the spider. Having said that, if you taunt too much, you may find yourself in hot water, because every enemy is equipped with an enrage meter. The more you taunt, the more enrage
That's cool.
they get. The moment in time that enrage meter gets filled, well, that is going to open up a wide variety of opportunities for the enemy. For
Also, I'm curious to see how these taunts are going to play out, how funny they're going to be.
example, they may get a health increase, they may get an attack buff, they may get a defense buff, or in some enemy types, they may transform into something
Get punished for trolling.
completely different altogether. Now, the reason I say that, not to give away too many story details, but along with MJ, there are other people who have been kidnapped too. And some people are conspiring with the Emerald Titan in order to negotiate their freedom. When it comes to the Spider Combat Arena, one game that I've heavily taken inspiration from is going to be Web of Shadows. I love the aesthetic feeling of the camera and many of the attacks, and I definitely love the combo system and the versatility that it enables.
So, like, a main criticism that Lucas had, I kind of shared these criticisms, is that for a Spider-Man game with its level of funding, there wasn't, like, a whole lot of new things being offered
that other Spider-Man games or other superhero games like Arkham haven't done before, which is why I wanted co-op in Spider-Man 2. Now, a lot of people think co-op is a ridiculous concept for an open world game, and it's not the direction that Insomniac wanted the story to go in, yada yada yada, excuse after excuse after excuse. But let me remind you that Arkham Origins in fact had multiplayer. Now, it wasn't based in the story mode, it was more of like a cops and robbers game mode where you had 3 people or more, I think it was like 6, something like that, playing thugs at the bottom section, and then above them was 2 players playing Batman and Robin. So the robbers had like an objective. They had guns, and their goal was to shoot Batman and Robin dead, while Batman and Robin was trying to pick them off one by one. It was actually really cool, really fun. So to think that they couldn't add any aspect of multiplayer or try something new, I think is really disappointing. And we've gotten a lot of story-based content with superhero games. So mechanically, I think that they could have innovated a bit more to make it at a much larger scale than the Arkham series. Because, you look at Arkham Asylum to Arkham City, it was a huge jump. But Spider-Man 1 to Spider-Man 2 is not as big of a spectacle of a jump, I think. It's a good game, but the story is often criticized for being a bit flawed, which is understandable. Unfortunately, I couldn't afford it, but based off of what I saw, it was like, yeah, this looks like a good game. It looks fun, but I'm not impressed by it by any means. I mean, it's another story-based superhero game that involves, pressing, whatever to punch, and then you have a counter button. What I think Lucas is doing away with this is just going with dodges and not a counter necessarily. I could be wrong. But I'm curious to see what he does. I mean, as far as mechanically, I can't get in the nitty gritty of Spider-Man 2 because I haven't really played it. But it looks enjoyable. I like Spider-Man 1. I didn't like Miles Morales very much. I thought it was too easy. But Spider-Man 1 on the PS4 was something.
I'm very much going to be having
special.
a whole bunch of combos in the game, but I also want to have a variety of environmental combos. I want to have as far as an environment that you can interact with, whether it's to do finishers, whether it's to use maybe a trash can as a weapon and swing it around like a yo-yo, whether it's to use enemies as a yo-yo and use them as a weapon. I want a variety of abilities that the player is going to be able to do in order to tackle the enemy that's in front of them. Now, of course, all those abilities, there has to be some great enemies, and I'm planning on that very much so. So when it comes to enemy types, I want a wide variety of enemies, because you have to think about this. The spider fighting your regular everyday crooks, that's not going to be that much of a challenge. He's so powerful that he has to roll with the punches, but it's not for, to hurt himself. It's so that he doesn't break the wrist of the attacker. So there has to be stronger foes, and the way to do that is through the help of the Emerald Titan. That being said, I want to remind people that this is a game for the...
Now, this is like a problem, the criticism that a lot of people have with the idea of a Superman video game is that Superman is too powerful. Like, he's too strong. It would be too easy. There's ways around it that you can make things work. It's similar to, people who have criticisms of, making a Flash video game, is he's too fast, right? He's the fastest man alive, so how are you going to control him? So the option A would be to slow time down, or option B, just, have him, I don't know, just run super fast and just be a little hard to control. I mean, there's solutions that you can get around certain problems that I think game developers are capable of trying. But I don't know, it just seems like when it comes to the superhero genre, we've been getting run-of-the-mill content for a while now. I mean, it feels like Batman Arkham is the blueprint that everybody's going off of. And I'd like to see a bit more variety. It would be cool to have a Superman game where you could fly around and stuff. I don't know, bro. I don't know. They just stick to grounded heroes. Like Wolverine, he's got sharp claws that you can use triangle, square, or whatever it is to just slash at people away and cut them in half. Blade, he's got swords. I haven't got a superhero game where you can run super fast or fly like Superman. It's just, It's all like the Arkham blueprint, it feels like. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, they're good games, but it could be doing something different.
Fans by the fans. So if you happen to have a mechanic that you want in the game, if the budget allows and it flows within the game, I'll definitely do everything I can to implement it in the game. I also like to include fans of the character. So if you give a great Thug impression, maybe we have you as a voice actor for Thug number 1. I would actually like to incorporate, as much as the community in this game, to give the ultimate, experience. And with that, I want to give a huge thank you to all the supporters of the project. And if you can't support us financially, please feel free to share the Kickstarter on any of the social media.
So that's the game he's building. He has like some of the animations he put together, the concept art. This is like rough concepts of it. He's got cool stuff here. Kind of gives him a pat in the head and then just boom. That's kind of funny. But yeah, if you guys are Spider-Man fans, you can back the project 100%. I'll see if I can't, once I'm paid, get a couple dollars in. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I really want to see this happen. I don't know if it's actually gonna get enough backing or funding. That's the thing. Can it get the backing? Now this is the video that everyone thought was gonna get me like fired because he was a huge Spider-Man fan, and everybody was talking about the game and how hyped they were, and I came out with this stupid video. Thinking to myself, man, I thought Spider-Man 1 was cool, but, it's like nothing that special.
You're gonna hate me, but I really think they could do better.
Dang, bro.
So,
this is what I did.
Oh, Spider-Man on the PS4 was made in $100 million budget.
Right.
And they pulled in over $1 billion. Actually, $6.8 billion to be exact.
That's true.
So you were telling me that this is the best they could do. I mean, to be honest, this trailer was pretty solid all around. I liked the Venom suit. I thought that was really cool. I like the new web glider mechanics. I mean,
yeah, that's
I
pretty
honestly
cool.
have better gliding mechanics.
A lot of people praise the web gliders. The only problem is that it's basically replaced web slinging to an extent. Green Arrow game would be so. I'm a Green Arrow fan, bro. Green Arrow is my favorite superhero of all time. Under freaking rated, bro. And don't even talk to me about the CW version because it's not Green Arrow, bro. It's its own version. It's not comic book Green Arrow. Green Arrow is just sick. Green Arrow is sick, bro, in the comics. He's badass. I took some screencasts of Green Arrow comics because some wild shit goes down and it's hilarious. I might dig those up for this.
But you know what? It is welcome in the Spider-Man game. Because we got the web shooter, which is, the different dynamic between Arkham and then Spider-Man.
This is true. This is what really separated. I think that we didn't really have like a web shooter Spider-Man game in the modern age with modern graphics. We had Spider-Man 2 at most, and a lot of Spider-Man games, the webs were not like connecting to walls. They were like connecting to clouds and stuff, and it was kind of lame. But this, as like Spider-Man 1, presentation-wise, was really impressive. It was something to brag about.
Put me off is they said, oh, sorry, we aren't doing co-op, which I think was one of the selling.
Yeah, it looked like they were going to do co-op, and I thought, honestly, co-op would be really interesting. But, I guess there is limitations to how you can deliver a story. How you would have to package it, like split screen. How are you going to make that work? Or are you going to not have it, like, split screen available and just do, like, a route of, like, how do I say this, online multiplayer? But even still, the optics of that aren't necessarily great because a lot of people would be unhappy that they can't play with their friend with a controller next to them. But it seems like most multiplayer games are online these days. So while co-op is doable, I do see why there could have been, like, obstacles in the way. That Insomniac felt like it just wasn't the right move. But even still, they had the money and the resources to potentially work it out. They just decided not to take it in that direction.
I had people...
Which, if you like the games in the direction they took, cool. That's fine. I mean, I just think that if they had done that, I think I would have gravitated more to the product as a Spider-Man, like, casual Spider-Man fan. As far as, like, superheroes go, I love Spider-Man, but he's not my favorite hero.
I'm excited about this game.
I think, honestly, I would love to have an Iron Man game. Way more than Spider-Man right now, to be honest. Like, Iron Man would have me pretty hyped. Because at least you can fly. At least you have, like, laser technology, and, you know, you can also punch. I think there would be a bit of variety in combat with gadgets and things that I think could be very different from a Spider-Man game. And the traversal and going around the city, bro. In the Iron Man suit. That sounds awesome. Like, honestly, I probably would have rather had an Iron Man game than Spider-Man 2. If this is what I saw, you know, this is how they were going to expand on the story. It's like, yeah, the story was fine. The web gliders are cool, but, you know, I don't play Spider-Man to fly. I played web sling. And, you know, a lot of people complain that they were just gliding too much.
And what if they did co-op? That could change the dynamic. That could...
I mean, but it is the choice of the player, but you're more likely going to do what is more convenient, which is gliding, because gliding's faster.
Separate it from other games that we have seen in this genre. But turns out they aren't doing co-op, and I'm like, what the heck, guys?
What the heck?
What the heck?
What
now,
the
you may
heck?
think that's not a big deal to me. I don't
it's
have
over.
friends.
It's game over. Everybody don't buy this game. The game's trash, totally.
Well, to me, I have friends, and, you know, that hurts me personally. That
Damn, bro. I don't have
You don't
friends.
care.
I just lied.
when
Joe Cosmic a grifter. Shit.
a game literally made over $6 billion, they have the money to put in co-op. People are saying, the graphics aren't that great, which, to be honest,
Okay.
they're fine.
The graphics were pretty good.
I mean, this is pretty much the same graphics.
It is the same current gen graphics. I mean, a lot of people were hoping for something to seem like next gen, really, really impressive, to separate from the prior Spider-Man games. I mean, graphically, it's kind of a step over Spider-Man remaster, but not to a significant degree to make you just go like, wow, bro, this is visually astounding, something really impressive. I think what Arkham had going for it, and why I enjoy going around Gotham more than like New York, is specifically because it's a fictional city that they could have more of a like, I don't even know, more of a gothic art style to it, and more, you know, like it could make it more colorful. It's not really grounded in reality. While New York is something, it's a place that really exists, so you have to capture what New York City looks like. Gotham, you can make something fictional that's a bit over the top and exaggerated, and, you know, has some beautiful gothic architecture that honestly seems dated. Like, honestly, a lot of the architecture of Gotham kind of reminds me of, like, stuff they would do for backgrounds in, like, exterior shots in silent films. Which is weird to me. It's weird to say, but it kind of gives me, like, Metropolis vibes from the 1920s silent film, like, at points, bro. And I think it's visually impressive. It's astounding to look at. But you can't really do that with New York.
We get for every single AAA game. The difference is that we're starting to see the rollout of games that were produced and made in Unreal Engine 5.
Now, a lot of the time I use these, like, visual effects in the background, the static, is because I know I'm freaking ugly. The shot is framed poorly. My hair never works properly.
So, there's some serious games coming out with serious graphical upgrades. But this game does not have those graphical upgrades. So, the graphics are quite acceptable. But
yeah, it looked, I mean, off of the trailer, it was fine.
It's the same Spider-Man graphics that we've pretty much seen before in the
I do disagree with this now that we've seen, like, certain spots of the game, certain areas of the game.
Spider-Man.
But at the time,
PS4 remastered.
it's hard to
It doesn't
notice
seem
off of a
that
video.
much of an improvement in comparison to the prior titles.
Yeah,
so, you know,
I can see that.
Not a big deal to me. Not a big deal. I think there's
It's not a
bigger
big
problems
deal.
with this game, and I think one of the glaring issues is it just seems like the same.
More of the same. I pitched that thing. That became a theme on, like, I don't know, Lucas's channel, where it's like everything is more of the same. Like, what are games doing to innovate? But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I did get it from Lucas in one of his lives. I'm not sure who did it.
Call me crazy.
But because I watch his content so much, a lot of his talking points went into this. But I'm the first one who criticized Spider-Man.
But, we played this before. In Spider-Man PS...
But the whole thing I had was, like, I wanted something that was a spectacle, something that was really impressive. I had way too high expectations. And maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know.
Made it special was the fact that it was so innovative.
I mean, and on top of that, PlayStation is not a system that I own right now. I don't have the PS5, I got the PS4. I'm behind on hardware. Finances aren't great. So it just... When I wanted to see it, I wanted to see something that would just wow me, just blow me away, But they have to work with the hardware they got, and they have to optimize games. And honestly, I don't know if the hardware, where the hardware is at. I know that recently we got the latest version of Unreal Engine. Unreal Engine got an upgrade, so things are starting to look next gen with that. But
from anything.
The latest version of Unreal Engine is so new that it's like, when did they announce it? Like a year back. So a lot of the games that are utilizing the new engine are still being made.
Seen before. I mean, the trailer that we got for Spider-Man PS4 and the web swing and seeing the webs actually attached and locked on buildings, it felt very, very impressive. But without that flair this time, for a lot of casual Spider-Man fans.
Yeah,
they're
like
not
myself.
Huge into Spider-Man.
Yep.
They're probably just gonna see it as
Yeah.
I mean, you might hate me, but what made Spider-Man PS4 special was not just that it was a Spider-Man game, but it was an innovative game, and it was beyond It was technically beyond anything that we have seen prior with Spider-Man games.
Yeah, it looked visually, that trailer, bro, for Spider-Man PS4 was so hype, bro. So hype, bro. I was losing my mind. I was so excited. I got the game and played it, and I thought to myself, I like it, but I'm mostly going through the missions to get to the next beat of the story, because the story was the highlight to me. I had a hard time connecting with the gameplay for whatever reason, and I think it had to do with, I was just burnt out a bit in like that beat 'em up style that Arkham had. I mean, mechanically, there is some variations between both games, but it felt more of the same to me. But I just didn't get as much enjoyment out of, like, Arkham Knight, because, I played through City and Asylum so much, and Origins. And it was a noticeable problem with that game as well. But I had criticisms of the Arkham Knight story, specifically how they just made the Arkham Knight, and they advertised him as this brand new character. You've never seen him before, and all he is a reskin of the Red Hood. Like, are you kidding me right now? You guys are such morons.
So that's what really made it stood out.
Quit lying.
Because we had a really good series of Batman.
They totally lied.
Batman Arkham City, Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham Knight. And Arkham Knight graphically is very, very impressive. Visually, it's very impressive.
Yeah, it's weird to me that Arkham Knight, being as old as it is, visually still is impressive to this day. Visually still impressive to this day. Like, literally all the graphics and stuff have aged beautifully. Like, it still holds up. It looks like a current gen game, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad that, I that's like the best we get, I guess. Because, yeah, I don't know. A lot of games are having a hard time competing with it still. Like, there are games that look older than Arkham Knight that were made within the last couple years. That were AAA too.
The story is pretty awesome. Although I felt
like Avatar, what was it? Avatar, the Avatar game they made? Based off the James Cameron films? You would think that they would really, really push the limits of a game engine or a console for that game specifically. Because that's what Avatar is known for, visuals. But it was, like, fine.
Like, it was a little rough in some areas.
But,
Not
you know,
exactly
I think
great.
one of the selling points for me with Spider-Man that's really making me excited about it is the story. I'm excited to wear the Venom suit and play.
I liked the story. Now, the story had flaws, but in particular, I really liked how they handled Miles. I thought his arc was really, really cool, of having to confront Dr. Negative or whatever, who killed his father. I thought that was a really cool plot line. But certain characters, I guess, were underdeveloped. Peter looked incompetent at times. He just... Miles has really had to pick up the slack, because, like, in the Insomniac games, Peter is supposed to be a mentor, but he doesn't necessarily feel that way. And oftentimes, Miles is, since he's the more powerful Spider-Man, is often saving Peter's butt. And it just kind of weakens Peter's power levels in comparison to Miles. Like, Miles honestly seems more like Spider-Man to me than Peter does in these games, which is weird. It is weird to me. It doesn't make sense. And I'm probably very wrong on that, because that's an opinion. And I would say probably about 80% of people disagree with that. A lot of people like to shit on Miles for being like this Spider-Man that isn't known as Spider-Man. He's known as Miles Morales. But I in this game, he felt like the Spider-Man. That was like the main character to me.
Spider-Man in the Venom suit, I think that offers a different type.
Like, Miles honestly was doing all the impressive crap. In my opinion, bro. In my opinion, his character arc was just a million times better than Peter's. I mean, Peter, he kind of goes through like this dark side emo phase, you know, because he's got the whole Venom suit. But even that, I don't think was communicated that well. I don't really think it was that strong of an arc, or really added very much value to the character or the story.
Dynamic.
Tell me I'm wrong. You probably are. I'm probably an idiot. I am basically illiterate, so don't get mad, but that's just kind of how I felt playing it.
Fighting
or not playing it, watching it. Because I watched it on YouTube.
Next, perhaps and what we have seen prior.
Yeah, they just leaked the whole story, all the cutscenes, bro. On YouTube. You can watch them for free. You can do it with the Arkham stuff as well.
But to me, it's looking like a sequel, as a sequel should. You take all the elements of the prior games and you try to improve upon them.
I always hear people talk about the hair suit on Miles' suit. Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
And a lot of people, understandably, are not happy about that. And, you know, to the people who are saying just
to be clear, I don't think this is a bad game. I like a lot of stuff here. And it's also a game I haven't been able to play. I've just watched gameplay and watched the whole story, which I enjoyed.
Be happy with that. Let me remind you that this game made over $6 billion.
True.
Is it really that much to ask for innovation? $6 billion. So for me, there isn't a whole lot of selling points to this other than story and maybe a little bit of new dynamic with the Venom suit and then the gliders.
And you get to play Spider-Man. Probably should have added that in.
Which I think isn't that interesting, to be honest. I mean, it's an improvement.
I mean, Spider-Man isn't known for gliders, but having them there is nice.
Improvement. Cool. But, you know, I've done a lot of gliding in the past in games.
That's true. So, Batman Arkham City.
Oh, we got the symbiote suit, and then we got the web glide.
The symbiote suit is kind of cool. But what a lot of people criticized a lot of the finishers and the symbiote suit stuff is reused animations, which is fair. It doesn't feel too different or distinct playing the symbiote in comparison to the regular suit, which is kind of a disappointment.
Alright.
At least that's what people said. I would have to try it for myself.
So, please rip me apart in the comments if you think I'm an asshole that doesn't know anything about Spider-Man or the game.
You can do that here too.
Games definitely helps me out. Hit the like button if you like this video. Please subscribe.
And yeah, that is my criticisms I had of Spider-Man. Now, I do kind of hold these criticisms still, because I think that the game could have been much more. But I do think the game was good. Absolutely. Absolutely. To be honest, I thought the Venom suit would last the whole game. Until next game, really. Should be more savage. Dang, you wanted Peter to be more cruel. It's crazy. It's crazy. Eduardo has no soul. No soul. I would love a Green Arrow game, though. Green Arrow is especially underrated. Green Arrow is an awesome character. And, yeah, that's basically it, bro. That's all I gotta say is Green Arrow, bro. Green Arrow. Let me see if I have those screen caps, bro, of this digital comic I was reading. Green Arrow has some crazy, crazy crap. I don't know if they exist or not. I don't know. I would have to dig them up. I think I pulled them on stream before. I was reading this cool comic. It was called Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Yeah, and it was like from the 70s. And just a ton of wild crap went down. Like a ton of wild crap. Like I've never seen the level of craziness I saw. Like if this was posted in the modern day, a lot of right-wingers would be reeing, bro. Reeing. Oh my goodness. They would be really upset. Really upset. Really offended. Like, cancel Green Arrow. It's gone woke. It's gone insane. This was the 70s. It's the 70s that this comic came out. And I don't know where the screenshot is. I need to find it because it's hilarious. It's hilarious by how blunt this comic was. But I don't know if I'm gonna find it, bro. I don't know. It was some point in the comic where this old black man walks up to Green Lantern and he goes, "You've done everything for the space aliens, the blue people, the white people, but what have you done for black people?" And Green Lantern looks down and he goes, "I don't know." Like, oh shit, character assassination. Pack it up. It's game over. Like, how did this get published? Oh my god. That's ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. Absolutely ruthless. Like, DC Comics going extra. DC Comics going extra on this man. Let me see if I can Google it. Green Lantern, Green Arrow. It's crazy. Not to mention the point in the comic where Green Arrow gets shot by a like a bow, and he starts crawling towards a cop on the ground in pain, bro. And he reaches for him, and the cop just leaves him there, bro. Leaves him there. Like, what? Bro, what? Okay, this is it. This is it. Oh, you can't read it? This is like 144p, bro. This is terrible. This is terrible. I could read it on Chrome, but for whatever reason, when I downloaded it, it said, you know what, 240p. That's what we needed in. 240p, bro. I need this in 4K. This is important. There it is. I've been reading about you, how you work for the blue skins, and how on a planet someplace you have helped out orange skins, and you've done considerable for the purple skins. Only their skins you never bothered with. The black skins, I want to know how come. Answer me that, Green Arrow. He just goes, I can't, bro. Damn. And this comic was published, I think, in the 70s. Let me check so I have a complete date, because this is a really old comic. All right. This ain't any of those SJW comics in the modern day. This thing came out in 1970. April of 1970, bro. Bruh. Green Lantern, Green Arrow. Cop walks away. I need to get this one too. This one's crazy, bro. If I can find it. It is all like, try finding something like this in a modern comic. Not to mention, Roy Harper was on drugs, bro. And Green Arrow just punches him in the face and says, F you, bro. That was another plot line of this comic. This comic is insane. Start to finish, bro. Start to finish. It's like, what the heck is this character assassination? They're going after Green Arrow too, bro. They're just destroying both of them, bro.
Like, Green Arrow does not even help his sidekick, Red Arrow, recover, bro. He doesn't help his sidekick recover. He doesn't help his sidekick recover. Who does is Black Canary. He just punches him in the face, leaves him there, and says F you. It's the craziest crap ever. This comic's insane, start to finish. I could go on about everything that happens in this, but if you haven't read this, you should. You should. Just by the extent of just how harsh this comic is. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. It's like, what is this? What is this? What is this, bro? That's crazy. Yeah, Green Lantern racist. Crazy. Why did they do this? But, you know, to be fair, this was the same era that Green Lantern was working with Jon Stewart, a newly released character. Training him up. So, I guess there's that. Because he is a very famous black superhero. But yeah, this comic spoke to me on so many levels. It starts out with this greedy landlord. You know, and he's trying to evict people or whatever, so then Green Lantern tries to reason with him, nearly resorts to violence, and then gets called up by the people of Oa or whatever, and they're all like, this man hasn't broken any laws, you're out of line, Green Lantern. But Green Lantern's all like, what he's doing is absolutely wrong, he's out here destroying people's lives, and, you know, he still gets the boot for it. It's crazy. He still gets punished for it, which is... the comic, bro. This comic is like, how does this even exist? This is art. This is art. Because you wouldn't... This is like a subversion of like all expectations of what you would think a comic would be in the 1970s. This is like completely unhinged. If only I could find the scene of the police officer, bro. That one had me rolling. Like, what the hell? I just can't find it. It's great though. But yeah, it's just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. I'm waiting on my computer because it's being slow. Slow as a snail. This is inexcusable. Completely awful. Let me see if I can't search up Green Arrow and if anything comes up. I doubt it. This was probably a screenshot somewhere. Dang, bro. This is what came up for Green Arrow, bro. Is a Green Arrow. Damn, bro. Dang. Alright, let me see. Green Arrow, Green Lantern. Green Arrow gets shot. Let me see. He gets shot by a bow. And he's like crawling towards this police officer. And this police officer just says, leave me alone, and walks away, bro. And he has to get himself to the hospital. It's like, what? But I can't find it. I can't find it online. Oh my god. You're gonna have to read it yourself. You're gonna have to read it yourself if you want to see it. Because this is like unreal, bro. This is unreal that this thing got published. Like, the omnibus of this comic is great. If you haven't read it, this is it. It's Green Lantern, Green Arrow, really good. Wouldn't like, there's no reality where I wouldn't recommend this. There is no reality where I wouldn't recommend this because of how unhinged and crazy it is. The disrespect to Green Lantern, bro. The disrespect was just crazy. You could not get away with making a comic like that these days. It would be SJW, game over, DC Comics is ruined. It's gone woke. Green Lantern out here saying he has done absolutely nothing for black people. Oh well, cancel it. They've gone down the deep end. But yeah, that's definitely my favorite comic of all time. Just because there ain't no way anybody's gonna make a comic like that in the modern day. And I just find it hilarious. Also, Roy Harper is a junkie. By the way, you cannot, your favorite sidekick's a drug addict. and your favorite superhero just punched him in the face and said screw you and didn't help him recover. That was his girlfriend that did all the work. That got him clean. It's just like, damn, bro. Damn, boy. Like, Roy Harper didn't respect him after that. He felt betrayed. The disrespect. The absolute disrespect was unreal. But anyways, guys, I think that's going to be it. That's going to be it. Everybody take care. Stay safe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.